Hey guys, LevelCap here, and the Gamescom reveal rumors have been buzzing like crazy. Today we're taking a look at the biggest rumors in what I hope will be revealed. Now, if you're unfamiliar with Gamescom, it's the second biggest annual gaming convention behind E3. Many developers use the event as a showcase for gameplay and big reveals. EA typically rolls out gameplay of their next Battlefield title. Bethesda, Ubisoft, and Activision all do big reveals at Gamescom. Now, I want to get into the games that I hope will get reveals or more info at Gamescom, and then the games that have been officially announced to be getting more info and reveals. So right off the bat, I'm hoping for some big Battlefield 2042 reveals. So far, DICE revealed 2042's core all-out warfare mode and the Portal custom server system, but their big survival mode Hazard Zone is still under wraps. All signs point to a gameplay reveal for that mode at Gamescom, along with beta data announcements and potentially a live gameplay demo. Now, the event kicked off with the Xbox showcase, and unfortunately there weren't any Battlefield 2042 reveals. That's a bit disappointing considering that Xbox is the official platform partner for the game. Hopefully we'll get a reveal later in the week. On a side note, Nvidia just confirmed that 2042 will offer their DLSS upscaling and reflex low latency technologies. This is great to hear, as those features have proven to be massive improvements for many games. However, there's still no word as to whether or not 2042 will feature ray tracing, although for multiplayer purposes, ray tracing probably will slow too many people down. Battlefield 5 was one of the first ray trace games ever released, and while its implementation wasn't exactly groundbreaking, it helped propel interest in the tech to a much wider audience. So far, the gameplay footage that we've seen for 2042 doesn't look like it features ray tracing, but DICE could be holding off due to a bigger tech reveal closer to launch. Another game I'm keeping my eye on for a Gamescom reveal is The Day Before. This is a zombie survival MMO that looks like a blend of DayZ, The Last of Us, and The Division. A few months ago, the devs released a gameplay video showcasing the game's looting, driving, and combat systems. Everything they've shown looks very promising. The devs are currently teasing a major reveal for September, but we might get a teaser or some sort of early preview during Gamescom. Another survival shooter that many are eager to hear more about is Stalker II. To say that it's been a long time since the last Stalker game would be a massive understatement. The last entry in the franchise, Call of Pripyat, launched back in 2008. Since then, there have been countless spiritual successors like the Metro games, Survarium, and The Will to Live Online, but none of those titles have fully embodied the Stalker series. Stalker II is being developed by the franchise's original studio, and all the footage that they've shown so far has looked incredible. Stalker 2 currently has a 2021 release date. Hopefully it hasn't been delayed. Circling back to EA Games, there's a good chance we'll get a behind-the-scenes look at the upcoming Dead Space remake. The game was revealed last month with a brief teaser trailer. It's due out late next year, so it's probably a bit early for gameplay footage. A behind-the-scenes video that expands on the project's goals and how the developers are achieving them would be great to see. There's a lot of mixed emotions surrounding the remake. On one hand, EA fired the franchise's original studio after dictating changes that hurt sales and strayed from what the Dead Space games were so highly praised for. Bringing in a new studio to reanimate the corpse of a beloved franchise while stepping on the toes of its creators is a little bit risky, but on the other hand, EA is putting Motive in charge of the remake, and their track record is very solid. This remake could help preserve Dead Space's legacy while also opening the doors to new original entries in the franchise. Rumors and reports about Rockstar remastering the classic Grand Theft Auto games has exploded recently, following insiders claiming that the project was knee-deep in development. We know a Saints Row reboot is getting announced tomorrow. It would be funny if Rockstar dropped a bombshell trailer for the GTA remaster just to spite Saints Row. The two franchises are basically parodies of each other in many ways, and while there isn't really a direct rivalry between them, people are so hungry for Grand Theft Auto 6 that a new Saints Row game might attract more attention than normal. Now, one game that I can't get enough info of now that I've played the beta is Halo Infinite, and I would love to see any new info or trailers materialize at Gamescom. The single player is still that big question mark. We've been getting more and more info about multiplayer, and we're going to see even more of the multiplayer through the beta playtesting, so that'll certainly satiate my appetite for the multiplayer, but some of those original Halo Infinite teasers really whet my appetite for the narrative of this next game. and I just want to know more. But it's hard to say where the production team has been spending their times. The game has seen a whole bunch of setbacks, and they're even delaying core features of the game just so they can get the main title shipped on time. So it's hard to say if the devs will actually allocate any of their time to providing hype material for Gamescom. Now, the final game that I hope we get some news about is the next Bioshock title. 2K Games announced a new entry in the franchise was in development all the way back in 2019. Since then, they've said virtually nothing about the game. Now, it's almost certain that the pandemic slowed down production, since the studio that they tasked with creating the game was founded right before the pandemic started. That said, a teaser or official announcement seems like it could be right around the corner. Gamescom would be a great time to drop a teaser leading into a reveal this holiday season. Alright, so with all the hoping and speculation out of the way, let's actually recap everything that has been announced at Gamescom so far. Microsoft Flight Sim's next open world update launches on September 7th that updates Germany, Switzerland, and Austria with brand new terrain data and points of interest. Later this fall, they'll be launching a significant expansion that adds races to the game, complete with racing planes and venues. It's their largest expansion to date, and it will usher in competitive multiplayer for the Flight Sim. Xbox Cloud Gaming is coming to Xbox consoles this holiday season. Xbox One and Xbox Series players can use the service to stream all available titles. That means next-gen gaming experiences on last-gen hardware. The service is currently available on everything but the Xbox consoles, and it's been highly praised. Microsoft also announced that Humble Game titles will be on the Xbox Game Pass day one, further sweetening the value of their service. Dying Light 2's developers did another deep dive video covering the new parkour systems available in the upcoming game. It features double the number of parkour moves as the first game. You can also use a hang glider and grappling system to get around faster. All the new mechanics blend together with the combat. And with our final bit of initial Gamescom reveal coverage, Destiny 2 now offers crossplay between PC and console players. The Witch King DLC expansion goes live early next year. Today, players got a new seasonal update called Season of the Lost. Bungie revealed the final chapter in the ongoing Light and Dark saga will release a DLC called The Final Shape. The game will still continue beyond the saga, so expect new seasons or maybe even new expansions. Overall, Gamescom 2021 is off to a somewhat sedated start. That being said, there's still several days left, and likely there are some big reveals packed into the rest of the week. Stay tuned for continuing coverage with Today in Gaming.